It's time for my final thought. History was made in Virginia yesterday, where in front of a House gallery packed with supporters from across the country, the General Assembly passed the Equal Rights Amendment, making her the last state needed to ratify the amendment nationwide. Not to get too deep into the weeds, but as an explanation, the amendment, designed to guarantee equal legal rights for all American citizens, regardless of sex, was originally introduced to Congress in 1923, and it went nowhere. Following the rise of the women's rights movements in the 60s, it was reintroduced in 1971, and after being approved by both the Congress and the Senate, it was sent to the states for ratification, where a deadline of March 22, 1979 was set. It takes 38 states to ratify an amendment, and through 1977, 35 had voted yes, and it seemed like it would happen, until conservative anti-feminist Phyllis Schlafly mobilized a hive against it, calling it a setback. They listed a number of reasons why the ERA would disadvantage women. The reasons were dubious, but 5 states bought them, voted to rescind their ratifications. The question of whether a state can revoke their ratification is legally unresolved, but anybody who's ever played spades can tell you that reneging is a no-no. In 1978, Jimmy Carter signed a resolution extending the deadline to June of 1982, and from there it's just kind of been sitting in legal limbo, with attempts being made in Congress to extend or remove the deadline. In the 2010s, following a fourth wave feminism and the Me Too movement, interest in getting the ERA passed was picked back up, and in 2017, Nevada ratified, followed by Illinois. And with yesterday's vote, Virginia becomes that 38th state needed. However, advocates and experts from both sides have acknowledged that because of the expired deadlines and the questions about the legality of the states reneging, they're not sure what's going to happen next. They may not know, but I know that with the examples being set and the votes being taken, along with the strides Virginia has made in sending a record number of women into state offices, putting them in positions of power never before held, including naming the first female House Speaker, Eileen Filler-Corn, it's just a matter of time before equal protection under the law is a guaranteed right for all of our nation's citizens. As Eileen Davis, a longtime ERA advocate and mother of Virginia's U.S. Representative Abigail Spanberger, says, this was 100 years in the making. Let's hope it doesn't take 100 more to get this over the finish line. We're going to continue this conversation online.